In terms of optimizing your profile for internal SEO, there's 5 key sections to focus on. Your name, the header, your current position, the summary, and the experience. And we're going to go through each one of these sections in detail. All right, so this is your header that you see here. This shaded area, highlighted area rather, is the header. And in my case, I put in that I'm in California as a real estate broker, consulting, foreclosures, investments, social media, marketing. So think in terms of keywords, kind of bigger keywords that are a little more broad stroke, if you will, to put in your header. You can fine-tune that and make it micro-search keywords if you like, but there are other places within your profile that you can do that anyway. So I recommend that you put in the header just the larger, more macro type of keyword searches. Right beneath that is the opportunity to put in your region. So once again, if people are searching locally, you want to select the region that's allowed for you to select. In my case, it's the Bay Area, so that I can be found in the Bay Area under real estate. This is current position. So in current position, you go in and you list whatever it is that you're doing currently. So in my case, I have a few things going on up here. I have social media marketing, but right below it, when I learned about the local geo keyword trick, I went in there and took my current position and I replicated it about a dozen times. It's the same thing. The only difference is for each one of these is the name of the city where I do my business. Just follow me? So this is how you get this part done. You just repeat it. This is where cut and paste is your best friend. So you just set it up once, you cut and paste, you replace Alamo with Orinda, then with Danville, then with Pleasant Hill, and you do that a dozen times for the area that you service. And you've now just created this geographic local map so people can find you using internal LinkedIn SEO when they do a search.
So that's your header you've just changed, isn't it?
This is my current position. My header is here, name, header, current position, and then there are a couple of other places that you make your optimization. We'll get into that in a second. So within this, I have some keywords going on. I have my geographic keywords in here, but then I also have my specialty keywords that are blended with my local geographic keywords. The next area that you want to optimize on your profile is your summary. And in your summary, you may want to think in terms of, instead of just using basic keywords, you might actually contemplate using keyword phrases. I've highlighted a few in here for you to see. It's probably hard for you to see that. But just the way to go about this is to start off doing keyword research first. Go into Google AdWords. It's a great place to discover how people are searching for what it is that you are, that you offer, that you have to sell. And you'll see that there are certain search terms that carry more weight, that are used more frequently than others. So Walnut Creek, California real estate might have more users using that on a Google search than Walnut Creek homes for sale. So how would I know that for sure? Well, if you go into Google, it's going to tell you. The first term might have 1,000 hits a month. The second one might have 50. So rather than you thinking you know what's good, just go into Google AdWords and know for sure.
What's AdWords? What's that?
Well, Google AdWords is a place where you can spend money on Google to have paid advertising. So when you do a Google search and you're looking at the page for, let's say, computers, and you're looking at the right-hand column, you see all of those things you can click on. Those folks paid to have those ads there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes?
You can find the tool by just putting in Google, keyword tool,
Yeah.
into the Google bar.
Right. It'll take you right to that part.
Also, we have on here, on page 2 of this, on 627, it gives you a place to write down your
Yeah, on your your handout on the second page on the back side of the first page. Yeah, it's there for you.
Another good indicator for keywords, if I may, is
Yeah.
if you don't see the ads for those key terms, don't bother. Because people aren't doing it. If no one's paying for those words, you can be assured somebody tried at one point, didn't get any results. So when you just type in those key phrases or keywords into Google, if you don't see any ads, that's an indicator it's not good. If you see lots of ads, it's worth pursuing potentially.
So if you're going to do business in the online social media environment, doing your keyword research up front is extremely important, because everything that you build out from that point forward, when you've identified those really high performance keyword terms, phrases, and individual words, you can now weave those in everywhere, including your LinkedIn profile. So those are some of the basics that you want to start off with. You want to build your profile out, you want to do it in a document that you can cut and paste, but you want to have a whole list of high performance keyword phrases and terms that you can weave into this. There's another adjunct to your summary that you can add, specialties. So specialties can be peppered with all kinds of keyword phrases and terms that are searchable. That's another way to boost your internal SEO with LinkedIn, is to weave in those keyword terms and phrases into your specialties. And then moving on down the profile, the next area is your experience. So it would be your current experience as well as your past experience, right? So when I learned the strategy of going local, I repeated over and over again, same experience, same company, different area. So when you look at my profile, it's a mile long, but it's because I repeated everywhere I do that business in the area. Yes?
I have a question about that. So this is for the purpose of being indexed, right? Because these are all keywords.
This is for the purpose of being found internally. When someone types in Walnut Creek real estate in LinkedIn, I want to be number one or at least above the fold.
Yeah, but how does it look? It's got a lot of words here. Somebody who goes, for instance, somebody might want to hire you for YouTube,
Uh-huh.
some like a business. So
How does it look? I think if I were a recruiter, it looks like I'm everywhere. I mean, yeah, it may not be as clear and concise and drilled down as a resume that you would walk into somebody with in an interview that's only 1 or 2 pages, right? You're not going to bring in this thing and have it drop to the floor. They're going to look at, they're not even going to read it. I'm not so worried about people reading this as I am being found and being ranked. That's what this is really about. Yes?
Can you just read a couple of those phrases that you're using up there? Pretty small to read.
Real estate broker, realtor, real estate agent, Lafayette, California, real estate investments. So that's it. So within this, it says residential real estate brokerage, specializing in all these cities. So these cities are repeated over and over again in the body, as well as this one being highlighted. The other thing I learned about LinkedIn is people search by zip code. Did you know you can search by zip code? Well, you can. So you want to make sure that you include the zip code relative to the keyword that you're putting in the title of each of these experiences. So did that cover what you want? Okay.
Hey, is there a tool like Google AdWords? Is there a tool within LinkedIn that kind of gives you the same flavor of the LinkedIn searches that Google AdWords does?
It's not that sophisticated.
Yeah.
You can do it manually, but it'd take you a month of Sundays, I think, to do it that way. Well, one thing to do is, if you want to see what your competitors are up to, type in Walnut Creek Real Estate. See who comes up on that page. That's going to give you a clue of what they're doing. I'm a believer in copying things that work. By the way, my recommendation for you guys, if you want to do any of this when you leave here, go on my profile, print the darn thing out, and copy it. I mean, you may not be in my profession, but take a look at how it's laid out and just duplicate it. Don't try to fix a wheel that doesn't need fixing. Just, blend it into what it is that you do and make it work for you and just get it done so you can get business from it. So with your experience, you want to list all of your regional or local service locations. And then you want to list each specialty with your local areas as well. So it's a blend of the two. Here's where a lot of people get this wrong. A lot of people think this is where you get all Facebooky with LinkedIn. So in other words, and I did this too. So I put, I like riding motorcycles and playing basketball and taking naps or whatever. That's not what LinkedIn's for, okay? This is another one of those 5 areas that has internal SEO juice. Don't waste it on telling people that you're an avid golfer. That's not what people are interested in knowing about you on LinkedIn. On Facebook, that's a different environment and it's more appropriate there. So by the time you read my profile, you're going to think that I do nothing else but real estate, and Ron knows that's true. But this is all real estate related in here.